Note to self. Remember
3,
the perfect bouquet
1 blue, 2 yellow. Ah, the 2 yellow are last.
And 2 yellow
Oh, I put it in the wrong order. Okay.
Okay, all's right with the world.
So we just had it out of order.
I was about to complain to this game's manager that my puzzle solution was wrong.
It's 131 instead of 11-3.
Yeah, okay.
Yes!
There we go.
Alright.
An envelope. What does that say?
Let's see what's in here. There were 2 pictures.
Another
a newspaper
tape.
clipping, a key, and a tape.
Oh yeah, you thought this was just a one-time thing. No, we got lots of
And a
tapes in this
single
fucking
copper
game.
penny too for. some
Okay, this is
reason.
about the part in any adventure game where I start getting
Looks
stressed, is when I get
overexposed.
like
I
8
can't
new
make much
things at
out.
once.
I think I see trees in the background, but most
It's the sort of thing where like the only thing that calms me down is realizing that like 5 of them are so obscure that their use will not emerge for like another few hours of gameplay.
Grandpa in uniform with 2 other men. Something is handwritten on the back. Flight training, McConnell Air Force Base, 1941. Tragic drowning in Conwell Springs. In early morning on Sunday the 14th, a teenage girl found dead near Conwell Lake. The girl is survived by her mother, father, and younger brother. The funeral service will be held at Conwell Cemetery on the 21st of July. The notice is dated July 15th, 1975. Tragic story. I wonder why Grandpa saved this.
Ooh, intriguing mysteries. I gotta be honest, I think I would probably have a lot of fun with this game.
It's a small key, fairly modern design. No
Dead
identifying tag,
team.
unfortunately.
We are getting into
Why
Penny
does
found
Grandpa
in the
care about
bookcase.
the dead teen?
Looks like it was minted
Dead
the same year
teen.
I was born. Grandpa and me, we had this game where he would hide pennies around the house and I would go on a treasure
And then
hunt.
one time I found a dead
Never any
teenager and he's like,
attic,
oh, never
I
look
thought
there
it was too
again.
scary up there.
So let's put this cassette in it.
You've reached the Rain residence. Leave a message after the beep.
Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles. I thought I'd give you...
I wanted to sample my upcoming mixtape.
It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father. Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit. And what about your little Kathy? Maybe she wants to...
What an overtly sinister message.
Hope to see you soon. All the best. Bye.
You people make me sick. We're never coming back.
Oh, this must be Mom.
Don't call, don't write. If you ever try to contact us...
Oh yeah, see, this is really juicy. I like it.
Joseph, you there? It's me, Cocky. It happened to me too. You're the only one I trust now. Just call me back as soon as you can.
I will say this is a little bit too much information.
Yeah.
I wonder who this
I feel like I would be at real risk of getting overwhelmed. The notebook might might help you sort of keep it all straight, which is nice, but yeah.
Yeah, so...
What really happened?
I just wish that, like, in between all of those, there was like a,
I
you
don't
know,
have anything to say
beep.
about that.
Joseph, this is Bill down at
There
your
has to be a
dentist.
way
You're
to
due for a
find out who
cleaning,
she was.
and I was just
I
trying to
know
get in
she died.
contact with you to
Maybe
find
that
out
can
what
help.
time would be good. Seems I missed you.
This crazy
Give me a call
person
back at
is. Why do you
555-2637. Thanks, bye.
Then you
Oh,
call them, they're like,
by the-
why the fuck are you calling me about that? Like, that person doesn't even work here anymore.
He's... So there are phones in this game that we
Just
actually
small
have to
bills.
dial with
Nothing
phone
interesting.
numbers, so you're not that far off.
No.
I've already searched that.
This is my greatest enemy. This is the Dark Souls of text adventure game.
You have to
Is it
call
the dialing?
I don't remember all the numbers and then I get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Is there a cocky in the yellow pages?
Try to call the drowned teen girl.
Nah, nothing
That's
like
the sort of
that.
thing where you'd be able to, you
Hello?
could do that in Phantasmagoria to a puzzle of flesh.
So we got our dorm room number there. Oh wait, how do we access that?
This is Phantasmagoria 2.
The
Puzzle
incident in
Flesh.
81.
You would find an entry in the phone book for drowned teen girl, and you'd dial it, and then she'd like burble on the phone, and you'd be like absolutely stupefied that she picked up.
I'm doing
That sounds
already.
amazing, honestly.
I
It's-
don't think anything about that.
Phantasmagoria 2 is a legitimately interesting game.
So how do we... Oh, okay. Here we go. I feel like originally, in the original version, you were able to dial this yourself, but I guess it just pops up with the thing
McConnell Air
here.
Force Base, how can I help you?
Hi. I was just wondering if you had time to answer a few questions.
Sure thing, ma'am. Ask away.
I don't see a reason to ask him about that.
What the fuck are we gonna ask? Hey!
I don't see a reason to ask him
What about
that.
this drowned teen girl?
Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I know that he was no longer stationed here at the base at that time.
That's a very
He left
cogent
the airport
answer.
decades earlier.
Like,
Yeah, surprising that this dude
Oh,
has...
Sure, I've heard the rumors just like everybody else. How he was found by the sheriff all messed up, walking
So
out of the
McConnell
house.
Air Force Base is in Kansas.
Brain damage.
I don't know if that changes our opinion on where this game is.
It could be in Colorado.
But I'm positive that it had nothing to do with
We've
this
got an
base
Air Force
or our
Base.
operations here.
Okay. What
We've
can
got
you
a
tell me
couple.
about his service at
And
McConnell?
I saw,
Well,
what's
Joseph Rain is
the
a legend
one,
around
the
here.
space one?
Pile of metal
Space
waiting for
Wars?
my car.
What's that new
I was
arm of
fortunate
the
enough to meet him
government
before he
called?
suffered his injuries.
Star Force.
Space
What
Force.
an inspiring
Space-
man.
Space Force?
I'm positive that he
Anyway,
was
we have a
the
Space Force
around.
campus in Colorado now.
Any idea of
I
why he
drove
quit?
past it.
He looks so happy
Oh,
in the
shit.
pictures from the war.
That's because Colorado's the closest to space.
It's
Granddaughter.
true. Did you know that I'm technically closer to space than to Colorado Springs? It's true.
Appreciate it, buddy. So, about him quitting.
All of us
Oh,
are
yeah.
technically closer to space than we are to Colorado Springs, actually.
But you would think I'd be closer to Colorado Springs.
When
Yeah.
I met him, he had this
But I'm not.
aura about him, like he wasn't afraid of anything. Maybe
I am
he
also,
was
but I think that's kind of
a
cheating
lot
because
of
I
fun.
am in
That's
space
just
right now.
speculating.
Oh,
Thanks
how
for
is
the
it?
thoughts.
It sucks.
Are you in
What can
that
you tell me
space
about
hotel?
McConnell Air Force Base.
Yeah, the
This is
Disney
the
one.
oldest Air Force
Uh-huh.
bases in the
Yeah.
US, established during World War I.
They put you all in steerage. They didn't say that in the ad, but basically like the way they can afford it is that they just put all of the passengers in steerage. It's very immersive.
Makes sense.
Did
Yeah.
you see
like
that
escape
tweet, which was a video of like the Rey versus Kylo Ren like acted out sequence, and the actress doing Rey like has a lightsaber that extends out and then does this extremely obvious like duck down and grab a
Interesting.
different saber
Yes.
that
It's
is
a
like
history lesson.
capable of being used in a mock combat.
Oh. If this was a regular stage play, people would not have an issue with it. But
No.
as soon as it's on a Disney hotel,
And you're paying $4,000 to watch
that's
it.
fair.
If I'm paying $4,000, they need to give me the Force. I'm just saying.
Just inject mitochondrions into
dear.
my bloodstream.
Just like as part of a special package, they cut your hand off and replace it with a robot prosthetic.
There are a few things I need to ask you,
Ooh.
Grandma.
Very well, dear.
No, they just actually
Can
make
you
their
tell me
cast
anything
members do
about
that
McConnell Air
if they're
Force
playing
Base?
Luke that day.
It's not very far from Conwell
Cut it
Springs.
off, I
Joseph
dare you.
was
So it's not very far.
sometime during the war.
It's not very far from Conwell Springs, which
I
means
believe
they
still
probably are in
training
Kansas.
Pilots there today.
Well, I mean,
But
Kansas is right
is
next
not
to
that far from
Colorado.
Colorado.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh, it was barely past the honeymoon when Joseph
I-
left
I'm-
to fight in
I
that
agree with
terrible
Mumbles, this is
war,
probably
together with
Colorado.
his best friend
Yes.
Charles and my brother Andrew.
Nothing would make me happier than knowing like that the developer saw this video and was just like, the fuck are you guys talking? I just put it in a town. Pay attention to my
It's
video game.
America. It's America. What more do you want from
When I
me?
told Joseph about
What
it,
he
I
didn't
just made up
understand is that
Conwell.
he finally
No, Americans
realized that
love
enough
talking
was
about this
enough.
shit.
He
We
had
live
done
for
his
talking
duty.
about this shit.
Shortly thereafter, he returned to a quiet farmer's life in this very house, helping your great-grandfather with the crops.
I mean, to be fair, if I was gonna make a game that was set in like Sorry, where was the developer this came
Do you
from?
know anything about a young
Sweden.
girl drowning around here?
If I was gonna make a game that was set in Sweden, like I would know exactly where it was set because I would pick one town to use as reference, and I would like never ever deliberately look at a picture that wasn't from that town because I'd have no idea what the fuck I was doing otherwise.
The lady who wrote Highlander, not Highlander, Highlander,
That's okay,
the
Grandma.
romance
I
one,
was
where the lady goes
Outlander?
back in time.
Would have wanted to save
Outlander.
this.
The lady who wrote
Joseph was
Outlander
always affected
is from
by the
America
tragedy of
and
Mother's
never has gone to
absence. He
Scotland,
wanted to do
and it
something
takes
for the
place in
family.
Scotland.
In any case, he didn't
Yeah,
speak
Scotland's
to
not
me
real.
about it.
It's not a real
Does the
place. It's fine.
nickname Cocky
I'm
mean
pretty sure
anything
Outlander
to you?
Scotland isn't real.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I mean, this happens in North America, or this happens in America too, right? Like there was the TV show The Outer Banks or whatever that is set here in North Carolina, but it's set in the Outer Banks. And one of the guys is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Chapel Hill for the day and like take the ferry to Chapel Hill." There is no boat to Chapel Hill from the Outer Banks.
Yeah. You tell
Must be
him, Camp.
hereditary, given the things I've gotten away with.
Is there any
Every
chance
time I
whatsoever
wake up,
that
I am genuinely surprised
franchise
that
would
I'm
also
not in
still be
jail.
called Outlander if Highlander
sure
was
it's
not
not
already a
called
series
that.
that existed?
But
No
to get back
way.
to the
Highlander
subject,
is
you don't have
totally
any
Scottish.
idea of who this
You
Cocky
would
is?
totally go with
I'm
Highlander.
afraid not, but the Air Force might be. A
Like
good
it's
place
about
to start.
Highlanders. Like
You would
stories
pick
about
Highlander.
Unfortunately, as far as the
Okay, so
title
now we have
Highlander
to-
goes,
Well,
there can
gotta
only
go,
be one.
Gramps. Talk to you later.
Hey! Nice.
Guess what? We have to call the Air Force Base again.
No,
One of the most-
Sorry.
One of the most unintentionally successful RPGs I ever developed was the unofficial Highlander 2, the quick ending RPG, with like to the point where like I've gotten more playtesting reports out of that game than I ever got out of Deniable Assets. Just because like people would always email me to tell me how it went for them. I won't spoil what the game's like in case anybody wants to try it out. I think you can find it on my website, chocolatehammer.org. But it's free. But
Do you
obviously it's free. I'm
recognize
not
the
gonna get
aviator
sued for
call
that
sign?
shit. But anyway, point is, I haven't yet heard of anybody who got into
This
it
isn't current though. It might have been
mistaking
used as early
Highlander
as
for
World War II.
Outlander. Like that's the one incident that hasn't happened yet. But the
I could
game
be that one
specifically
incident.
requires you. The
Any
game
suggestions?
specifically requires you not to know much about how Highlander to play it.
I like show up. I'm like, so who are we romancing in this Scottish tribe scenario?
I will
Alright,
tell you with a
that's all.
straight face that that would make the game way more fun to play.
Obviously, like a marriage plot with a bunch of like Scottish different like tribes and stuff. They had all these different lords and whatnot, and they were all dicks to each other. It was amazing.
This game has the most helpful military I have ever seen.
Oh, wait. Wait. I need to go back and look at the yellow pages. So they give us the name Charles Wade as someone we could ask who was around during World War II and might know the call sign Cocky. And if you remember, there was that British-sounding guy in the answering machine tape that Rudskarn was like, that's super
No result for
suspicious
that.
sounding.
Yeah.
No, Charles Wade.
I
come on.
do echo suspicions regarding how talkative this Air Force base is. I think if you call a military installation and you end up talking to any human being who will discuss any subject at length besides like the many benefits of signing up with their branch,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's that doesn't seem right to me.
We had
Like
to
that's
ask
the
Grandma.
serial killer.
there are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
No. Huh. Oh.
Ask about the dead girl.
Look at this photo I found in the locked
No, we already
briefcase.
did that.
Goodness, I haven't seen that picture in years. This was taken when Joseph was stationed at McConnell Air Force Base. That's him right there on the left.
What about the other two?
I don't remember the name of the smiling man in the back. The gentleman on the right
Cocky.
was
I bet that's
Joseph's
Cocky.
best friend.
It has to be,
Charles
right?
Wade.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Charles Wade?
Well, I do know he has made quite a name for himself.
Yeah, that
since
name
he
is
and Joseph
cocky.
Went to war together. Apparently, he came up with some brilliant piece of engineering. For
I will say that, like, Chuck Cocky Wade sounds like very much a World War, or not World War II, but like a 60s fighter pilot astronaut kind of name.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You guys know like the dark secret about like Air Force call signs?
Before you were born.
No.
Any particular
100% of Air Force call signs are insults.
Not that I know of.
Like, nobody has a cool Air Force call sign, or if they do, it's like sarcastic. Like every single, like the only way you can get an Air Force call sign is by embarrassing yourself in some way, or by having some feature that they can call attention to. And the reason they do that is because otherwise everybody would be like, Blade.
Oh, Miss Marvel, well, she's Captain Marvel now. In the comics, they called her Cheeseburger because she went into the flight simulator and she had a cheeseburger to eat before she went into the flight simulator, and you can see where that's going.
That sounds like a classic call sign story from what
Yeah.
I've heard.
I should try to get a hold of him some other way.
What about Maverick?
How?
Iceman.
I don't know. I've never seen Top Gun, but I would if I heard that somebody's called Maverick, I would basically assume that they like got completely lost somehow and crashed into something.
I have to have seen Top Gun because I was named after Top Gun.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't that be a kicker if you just refused to ever watch that movie?
I think I don't know. I think my parents probably showed it to me when I was a teenager. Because I was not old enough to watch it as a baby.
Yeah.
There's some explicit things in there.
Hey, Lenny.
So
Here's the
unfortunately,
character
it
in the
can't
game.
be.
What's up?
It can't be Chuck Cocky Wade because Charles was on that tape, and then Cocky was also on that tape and was a different person. So.
Oh.
Hey, Lenny. Do you remember anything about a girl drowning around here?
Here's there's a character in Top Gun called Goose, and I don't know why he's called that, but in
like,
real
oh,
life,
I
it would
love
probably be
Goose.
because he just
Do you
absolutely
remember her
fucking
name?
annihilated a goose at some point, like taking off from
Well,
landing.
that happened.
I think it was
That
something with a
happens.
Yeah.
People hit birds.
Linda, Laura.
Oh my
something
gosh.
like that.
Is it gonna be Laura?
Right.
Is Laura the drowned girl?
Nah, I don't want to ask him about that. What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
He's okay in my book. Invested a lot in the local community over the years. He's been a prominent figure in town for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Nah, I don't want to ask him about that.
But how do we
Well,
reach
gotta go.
this
See ya.
dude?
Okay,
Cops lining up for a photo.
so Goose is a real call sign, like taken from a character, like a real person, and he's called that because he messed up with his engine and had to land his plane in the water.
Oh.
Oh my god, they're making us wait for this animation to end before we get to talk to this guy.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
There's a lot of people in town with their noses up that man's ass, that's for sure.
That's so? Care to elaborate?
Just another rich
I
bastard
just
doing what
dated
he
myself now
does.
that I think about it.
They even renamed Main Street to Wade.
You dated yourself
Months
like
back.
30
What a
minutes
goddamn
ago
joke.
when we were talking about how old you were.
I know.
In
I can't
1995.
stop. I can't
I
fucking
don't need to ask him that. Do you know anything about the drowning here in 1975? 16-year-old girl?
You have a memory problem? I told you I haven't been working here that long. Besides, even if I
To
did,
be fair,
I
like
wouldn't
our
tell
strategy of going
you.
around
Juvenile
asking
cases
random
are a
people if they
sensitive
remember
matter.
this case from 15
Yeah.
years ago, it's kind of a stretch.
No, 1975 was 20 years ago in this game.
Oh, there's that, and the incident in 81 too.
I feel like most people would remember. It depends, like how much crime there's been in this tiny town.
That's true.
I mean, a dead girl in the lake is kind of like that would, if I was a police officer at the time or even alive at that time, I'd be like, oh fuck. I would definitely, like, I still remember when I was a kid, there was a girl who went missing, and I if you showed me her poster, I would recognize her immediately because I just remember walking home from school thinking about her.
I can't make much sense.
My parents being concerned and all that shit, you know.
It definitely does matter that this is kind of a rural area.
Office supplies.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular catches the eye.
We should go ask the sheriff about the bite of 87.
Mr. Bear.
I think that's our time.
How did you get all the way up there?
No, that is legitimately our time,
you
actually.
Just keep watch. I'll do this.
Damn it!
Tune in next week.
Now I'll never know about that tragic incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
If only there was a YouTube video that proposed to explain the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Now you're just making wishful. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. That's not gonna be the episode. Bye, everybody.